Good afternoon, everyone. We're meeting at a critical juncture. As Ukraine continues to seize momentum on the battlefield, President Putin has focused his ire and his fire on Ukraine's civilian population. Over the past several weeks, Russia has bombed out more than a third of Ukraine's energy system, plunging millions into cold, into darkness, as frigid temperatures set in. Heat, water, electricity, for children, for the elderly, for the sick. These are President Putin's new targets. He's hitting them hard. This brutalization of Ukraine's people is barbaric. We are clear-eyed about the difficult winter that lies ahead. We know President Putin's playbook: freeze and starve Ukrainians, force them from their homes, drive up energy, food, and other household costs, not only across Europe, but around the world, and then try to splinter our coalition. President Putin thinks that if he can just raise the costs high enough, the world will abandon Ukraine, that will leave them to fend for themselves. His strategy has not and will not work. And so the message coming out of our meeting is this: our collective resolve to support Ukraine is and will continue to be ironclad, now, throughout the winter, and for as long as it takes for Ukraine to succeed. The united response of our allies and partners to Russia's aggression has given Ukraine momentum in the fight. We agree with President Zelensky. Diplomacy is ultimately the only way to definitively end Russia's war of aggression. We support the need for a just and durable peace. Russia's savage attacks on Ukrainian civilians are the latest demonstration that President Putin currently has no interest in meaningful diplomacy, that short of erasing Ukraine's independence, he will try to force Ukraine into a frozen conflict, lock in his gains, rest and refit his forces, and then, at some point, reattack again. That tactic cannot possibly lead to a just and durable peace. President Putin must be disabused of the notion that it can succeed. Even as we remain focused on maintaining a unified, coordinated effort to support Ukraine, we're also working to increase NATO's resilience for the future as it faces new challenges, including those posed by China. In June, allies met in Brussels and agreed that China's stated ambitions and assertive behavior prevent systemic challenges to the rules-based international order and to areas relevant to alliance security. The members of our alliance remain concerned by the PRC's coercive policies, by its use of disinformation, by its rapid, opaque military buildup, including its cooperation with Russia. But we also remain committed to maintaining a constructive dialogue with China wherever we can, and we welcome opportunities to work together on common challenges. We're also trying to be very deliberate, and this is primarily the Pentagon and others, in trying to establish the best possible defense for critical energy infrastructure in Ukraine so that we don't have a process that keeps repeating itself. Stuff gets replaced, it gets destroyed, it gets replaced again. So we have to do both, and we are doing both. Everything that I heard around the table today in Bucharest, we had a discussion this morning about China and the challenges that it poses. Turkey, Sweden, and Finland are engaging directly, as well as with NATO, to make sure that Turkey's concerns are fully addressed, including concerns about its security. That process has been moving forward, and I'm very confident, and again, based on what I've heard these last couple of days, that Finland and Sweden will soon be formally new members of the alliance.